heard of an ARM? And I'm not talking about a body part, I'm talking about the type of mortgage, ARM loans. And so I'm John Wesley Brooks, and I'm here with Lisa Blake with Cadence Bank, and she's going to explain the differences if you should or should not even use an ARM loan, and kind of what that looks like from the old days to even now.
Yeah, so an ARM loan, adjustable rate mortgage, what is that? That is where your loan is fixed for a certain period of time instead of just a 30-year fix like most people have heard these days. So for instance, I have a 5-1 ARM, a 7-1 ARM, and a 10-1 ARM. So let's talk about the 5-1 ARM. The 5-1 ARM, that rate is fixed for 5 years, and after the 5th year it goes into an adjustable rate period. What we find as a servicer of mortgage loans is within 7 years, most people are going to refinance or they're going to sell that home. Perhaps they're downsizing or maybe purchasing a larger home. So it has really good benefits of a 5-1 ARM or even a 7-1 ARM. Those rates are going to be usually a lower rate than your fixed rates for 30 years. Maybe the downside of a 5-1 or any kind of ARM is a 5-1 ARM has what we call 225 caps. That rate is fixed for 5 years, and after the 5th year, that rate can go up 2%. Every year after that, it can go up another 2%, and it'll have a 5-year cap. So let's kind of throw a rate out there, and I'm not saying this is what the rate is right now, but let's say your start rate on that is 5.25. So after the 5th year, that rate could go up to 7.25. Every year after that, it could go up another 2%. So let's say it did jump that 7.25 the first change, then it could go up to 9.25, but it will have a 5 cap. So if your start rate is at 5.25, that means that rate would never go over 10.25. But again, remember, most people are going to refinance that loan anyway. And another really great thing about the 5-1 ARM is there's no PMI on that loan.
That's huge.
Or take a 10-year loan and stay in that secure rate for 10 years.
You know, I think when you start looking at creative financing, that's why you get an experienced real estate agent to guide you to an experienced loan officer to explain, is this the right program for you? Or hey, here's option A, option B, option C in types of financing. I mean, I think looking back in the old days on the ARMs, I heard a lot of people getting themselves financially in trouble. So I mean, to me personally, I think you need to be a little bit more responsible with your finances, with your money, probably a little more experience in some aspects, but at the same time have a really solid game plan of, hey, what are you gonna do in that 5 years or 10 years, and definitely don't go buy a boat and a jet ski and 5 cars and go get married by Elvis Presley or something and blow all your money, and then all of a sudden 5 years is up and you're like, oh God, what do I do now that I got this ARM? So I think, you know, again, looking into 2023, creative financing is going to be key. Finding the right realtors, finding the right lenders is going to be key to make sure that you save money and get the right purchases.